Morning, Michael up here with your weekend early Saturday video. Pretty hot one here in South Florida today and muggy. Just did a morning walk and it was hot out there. See what we're looking here at the forecast. Feels like 94 right now, and we got some showers here in the afternoon today. Supposedly 75% here in the afternoon. Humidity is a whopping 74%. So I was out there and yeah, I went out there for a little stroll and in 2 seconds I was all wet. Pretty disgusting. Uh, the kiddo plays at 4 if it don't get rained out. She got game today and tomorrow. So weekend packed of soccer here locally. And hopefully she does well and gets those games in without the rain. Um, Got lucky with a couple of hurricanes. Lee shifted to the north, and Nigel looks like it's gonna go to the north too. So we're safe here, thank God, and we don't need any of that stuff here in South Florida. Hurricane season is over November 30th. Um, really haven't been able to enjoy the beach this year. It's just too hot. Water's warm. It's not enjoyable. So telling the kiddo that maybe November and December might be better times to enjoy the beach while it's snowing in other states, kind of ironically. Definitely need to get the kiddo to see some snow. Definitely like this time of year. Was looking at the baseball standings with baseball coming down to its final moments here in ESPN. Let's look at the Marlins. Are they fighting for that last wild card spot? Hopefully they can get in. Here are the regular standings. Orioles and Tampa Bay fighting for that division. The East. Twins up 8 on Cleveland. And Houston and Texas fighting for that crown in the West. Good luck, Tejas. And I mean, Seattle's right there in the thick of things too. Anaheim, wow, what a disappointment now, back 15. Amazing record for the Braves. Blew out that East Division. Milwaukee in first, and Dodgers. I mean, Dodgers way up there, 57 losses. Only Atlanta 51. And so Atlanta with the best record. The wild card. We had Tampa Bay up 10, Texas up +1, Seattle got the last spot, and the Blue Jays half a game back in the wild card. In the National League, Phillies up by 4, Cubs 1.5, and then you have a pretty much 4-team race between Cincinnati, Arizona, Marlins, and Giants. Go Fish. We got college football. UM's in the top 25 right now. I was looking at some of the spreads here on Bet Online. Some college spreads here. We got NCAA. Let's see football. Oh no, it didn't went to NFL. NCAA football. Wisconsin at noon, -20. Got the Florida State, they're doing well, -24.5 at Boston College. Wake Forest at Old Dominion, -14. Liberty and Buffalo, not sure anything there. Louisville at Indiana +9.5. Iowa State's favorite against Ohio at home, interesting. Penn State -14 at Illinois. Kansas State -3.5 at Missouri. And the Tigers of LSU -9.5 at Mississippi State. And those are the early games. Gotta love this time of year, folks, with all the football, baseball winding down. You got hockey and basketball starting soon. We got October, December, November. I gotta get the Halloween stuff out for the wifey, the decorations. Sorry if I'm talking a bit low. My kid's sleeping. Don't want to wake her up. Just come out here screaming at me. Can't Kansas State ranked 15, Penn State 7, Florida State number 3, LSU 14, Utah 12, Notre Dame 9, Iowa 25, Oregon State 16, UNC 20, Bama 10 after losing to Texas, and Georgia number 1. Some of your tomorrow we got NFL. On the market front, stock market very, very tough. The Dow shed nearly 300 points Friday. S&P and Nasdaq suffer second straight week of losses. Market is very range bound. Inflation is not getting better, folks. We have oil at 91.20. That is an inflationary component. That is not good at all, folks. Gold bucked the trend this week, and it was up. Ironically, with the dollar being up, we'll take a look at what the dollar's at. Let's see what the dollar's at. I want to say the dollar's like at 10. It was at almost 105. Yeah, 105.33. So big move on the dollar, but you have oil, you have commodities climbing like oil and gold with a strong dollar. Pretty interesting. Silver 23.30, copper well under 4. The pound 123, the euro 106.55. They're lower because the dollar's stronger. Bitcoin 26.5, Ethereum 16.36, and the market is we'll take a look, but pretty range bound. Inflation is not getting better, folks. It's only going to get worse. And I mean, look at the UAW strike updates. I see the news. I mean, I think they want like 36% hike in pay. They want 4-day work week. Not good, folks. And this is all because of inflation. Inflation causes this. Inflation is not desirable. Inflation is bad. It's not good. And American standards of living will decline, and have declined, and will get worse, unfortunately. And we will have to readjust, and we will have to produce and become savers. Unfortunately, this country is a 70% consumer nation, and to get this corrected, it will have to reinvent itself. And you're going to see that eventually with time. What will the strike do? Well, a couple of things it will do. If Ford and GM, or the big three, give in to these talks, then we're going to see higher labor costs on these units, on these cars. And labor is a component of a business expense, just like interest. So right now we have higher interest, and we have higher labor costs across the board. And that's why everything keeps going up. And that's not good for the average Joe. And this is all because of bad management by government. Our government is way too big, running huge deficits that basically the Federal Reserve has to monetize. And those are the people you need to blame, folks. Our founding fathers would be rolling in their beds with the debts and deficits that we are running. There's a famous quote, and I don't know if it's true. People say it's not true. Some people say it's true. Quote on banks. If it is or isn't, I don't know if it is or isn't, but whoever made it up or said it was onto something. And let's see if we can find it. Let's see if. So here's the quote. And if it is true or isn't, I don't know. But whoever said this, it really gets you thinking. Quotation: if the American people ever allow private banks, meaning the central bank, to control the issue of their currency, first by inflation is basically the definition of printing money, and then deflation by picking it up. So that's what they do. They raise interest rates, bring it in, I guess. They're trying to blanket the economy with higher interest rates. The banks and corporations that will grow up around them will deprive the people of all property until their children wake up homeless on the continent their fathers conquered. I believe that banking institutions are more dangerous to our liberties than standing armies. The issuing power should be taken from the banks and restored to the people to whom it properly belongs. Pretty tough, pretty tough words there. And if you think about it, it's, in all honesty, what is happening. So now they're going to raise interest rates and crush the economy. We shall see what happens, folks. Enough of my rant on deficits and the power of the central banks to conquer the world. On the bar chart, let's see here. My dehumidifier went off, so it's quiet now. It'll turn back on. So here are the most active options yesterday. Tesla 275. Nvidia got hit pretty hard, down 16 to 439. Apple 175. A lot of Apple news with the new iPhone, China ban, just a lot of stuff going on there. Amazon had a good run, nice decent pullback to 140. AMD 101 got hit pretty hard, and Nvidia's down there too. Some of the chips were hit. Meta down 11, Microsoft down 8. There goes my dehumidifier. Netflix, that thing picks up so much water. So that thing picks up the water, all that at the humidity that we have here in South Florida. So what I do is I recycle that water and I use it to water my plants. Netflix under 400, maybe a decent buy here. First time I see Netflix under 400 in a while. Intel has really climbed on the news that maybe China's going to ban iPhones, so maybe we have to do more insourcing on cell phone chips here in the United States. Bank of America pretty range bound. Disney has been beat up, and I don't think it's cracked 80, but it's between 80 and 85. Carvana, nice rally on the UAW news. All the used car stocks had good weeks. Carvana, CarMax, AutoNation, to name a few. I own some Carvana in the 20s. Adobe had earnings, and I guess it's pulled back. Adobe's a big company, a lot of good products, and I guess they have some stuff to do with AI. Baba 87, Oracle got destroyed on earnings. PayPal, Square, and like Block can't get out of their way. Anything with, oh, sorry. Oh, what happened here? Okay. Anything to do with oil? I mean, oil's at 91, folks. This can easily see 100. I think you need to be in some oil names. I would prefer XOP or XLE, or maybe the micro futures. Anyways, yeah, oil's been on a tear. Uh, Marijuana stocks have been perking up. Um, Coinbase, you know, tradable item. If you want to be correlated to the crypto space, Blackstone has been rallying. Not sure why. Um, I know they have a lot of not financial, housing, commercial real estate. Not sure what's going on there. Need to do some research, but maybe they're undervalued. I'm not sure, but they've been climbing, just like a firm. I don't know if shorts can get out, but I just don't get why a firm has just been climbing like that. I do know that anywhere you go, a firm, a firm is there. So, like, let's say you want to buy some sneakers. I mean, they're everywhere. Sneakers. Let's see. If I wanted to buy them, buy. Let's see, buy. Oh, they have. Is that PayPal? They have PayPal in here now. Interesting. I don't see a firm there. I know that I was doing airline tickets the other day and a firm popped up. Anyways, not sure what was going on with the firm, but buy now, pay later is crazy. Airbnb down a little bit, but they've climbed well over 140. Some of the chips, Taiwan Semiconductor, one of the biggest chip makers, under 90, but you have Taiwan exposure and risk. Super microcomputer, AI play, very volatile, but maybe decent trading. The spreads might be too wide. Chewy, $20. Incredible. I think Chewy was profitable. What is Chewy's market cap today? I think that is getting kind of interesting. 8 billion market cap. Look at this stock. Down 48% in the last 6 months. Let's see what is 5 year. Down 42% in the past 5 years. I think they did a profit last quarter. I own Chewy. I think it might be a decent buy. One of the ones that I see out there. People love their pets. Oh, on the pet front, my baby Stella. She, the dog that let me see if I find her here. I got some pictures of her. Where is she? Here she is at the vet. So we took her to the vet, and she's got some heartworms, and we're getting her treatment. You know, remember I rescued her, so, but she's beautiful. She's such a good dog, and we're trying to do all the right things for her. She weighs 47.4 pounds. When I got her, she was, I think, I can't remember if she was in the low 40s. But anyways, she's definitely my wife's dog, and she's great. We're doing all the right things for her. Let me see if I can see some pictures here. Here she is, folks. So pretty. It's funny. It says my dog is a Republican at the vet. That's hilarious. Look at her there. She's a red heeler, Australian cattle dog with the mix. So that's my baby. So we're getting her treated. Let's back to the stocks here. Let's see, Moderna up 115, and there's a lot of chatter. I need to get some water. There's a lot of chatter about another lockdown. Hope that's not true, but there's a lot of talk about that. So maybe some of these vaccine names are ramping up because of that. CRM after earnings blasted to 230. He's given up a lot of the gains. And Shopify also, I think there's something with Amazon, has come back to. Let me get some water, folks. making a longer video for the subscribers that like the longer videos. Thank you for watching and helping the channel. Remember to hit that like button to help me out with the algorithm, supposedly. Just try and bring you what I see out there, my experience, to you, to help you out in the marketplace. Let me get a swig here. So I tried to do a video while I was walking, but I did it and the volume went away when I was going through it. So I didn't upload it. So I had to do another video. And I'll do some YouTube shorts as the day progresses as well. I have a little bit more time on the weekend without trading and work with the cars. So we talked about Shopify. They pulled back a little bit after the Amazon deal. Salesforce has pulled back after earnings. Enphase has been pretty range bound after earnings. Avago has not really gotten a bid after earnings. AIMBAT finally got pretty hit after running up after earnings. And Eli Lilly is one of my favorite plays right now, with the weight drug, with the drugs for weight, which I've mentioned in my prior videos. Really like that stock. I also like this one, which has pulled back, but it's up 3% on the month. 6 months, it's up 37%. It's another weight drug stock. So I like Eli Lilly and Novo. Definitely, these are one of my favorite ones out there, with all the weight loss stuff. On the weight loss front, I'm probably 240. Lost a couple more pounds. I've added some more potassium to my diet to help me a little bit with the blood pressure. So where are we going? Back to BART. I'm all over the place today. Okay, so let's take a look at the top 150 here. Let's see. Now, airlines will probably struggle with higher oil costs. Dollar General. Like, Dollar General is one of my biggest losers. I've been adding Dollar General, and I'm losing on them. I mean, Dollar General is a big company, and looking at Guru Focus, they're $43 billion company. Good fair value says 273. Peter Lynch says 157. But look here, if you look at the price compared to a good fair value, we've fallen off a cliff here. Look at that, folks. Look at this. I don't think they're going anywhere. I think that might be a hidden value there. Let me see Chewy. Oh, Chewy. 53, they say, is a good fair value on Chewy. Right there. It would look really in maybe a good value zone here. Home Depot down 8, Costco down 8, DoorDash down 2, Datadog down 3, CVS up 92 cents, Royal Caribbean down 2, United Health up 3, Johnson & Johnson down 2. That's pretty much your top 150 stocks with options, the most active options. On the car front, the used car prices have stabilized, and the strike will probably, if it happens, it will probably stabilize or maybe even increase used car prices. Um, on the work front, I have been less busy this month prior to my last 3 or 4 months on the used cars. So this week Carvana was up 10%. Let's see Auto Nation. Uh, they were up this week. No, Auto Nation was down. Let's check out CarMax. CarMax was up 1.69. So the big winner was was Carvana. Let's see, Lithia stock. They were down 1.84%. Those are your bigger car players. Let's see, Sonic Automotive stock 5 days flat. So Carvana was your big used car winner. Carvana. Folks, yeah. So on the economy, it's been a while, guys. Yeah. So hey, just to end up the long video, we talked on pretty much everything. But I just want to end it with this. Right now I'm heavily in cash and in precious metals. Not many stocks. 401k is in short T-bills, which pay over 5%. I don't think there's no reason to take risk here. VIX is at in the 13s. I think we could pop up to 18. Remember, stay out of debt. Learn your option strategies. That's what this channel's for. I have a lot of videos out there on the platforms and stuff like that. We also got a lot of good content at Tasty Trade or TD Network. I can never do the job that those guys do. And they've added to my education and my success out in the marketplace. So definitely make that part of your routine to watch those guys so you can learn. And stay safe. Take care of yourself. Stay out of debt. Try to raise some cash. I know people say, no, inflation eats your cash. Yeah, but what do you do? Put your cash in the stock market, and the stock market goes down 15-20%. So yeah, inflation ate 4%, but the market ate 20%. So just be careful out there, folks. Make sure you pay attention and you look at the tape and you're looking at the action every day, and just stay engaged. If you like it, if you want to be passive, you could be passive and just give your money to somebody else and have them invest it. Nothing wrong with that. I like to stay engaged and watch it. Let's just end it by looking at some of the stock charts on the indexes, and we'll end it there. And then I'll do more YouTube shorts as the weekend progresses and some more videos on some specific stocks, I guess. Now it's a little bit slower and I have some downtime. What was I gonna say? Well, let's take a look at the charts and then end it there. Oh yeah, thank you for all the subscribers. That's what I was gonna say. I never say it enough, but make sure you subscribe. Help me out with the algorithms. Hit that like button and chime in. I think this is a very tough economy. Maybe we get a sell-off in September and October, and maybe we get a Santa Claus rally. We didn't get it last year. I know 2024 is going to be, I should stock up on popcorn, and I think it's going to be a crazy year with the election, and it's just going to be crazy. And I think the economy is slowing down, and inflation is not getting any any better. It's very, very tough out there. It's a grind out there, folks, especially for folks in sales. Very, very hard. Even the market's very hard. I took my gains for this year and I put them in safe. The market has some decent rallies. And we'll look at the charts here to end it. But anyways, like, chime in. Some dialogue is good. And we'll always thank Chaos because he always remind me, hey, do a video. I always get sidetracked. Sometimes it gets discouraging because don't get enough views or likes and stuff like that. It's okay. I just put it out there, and eventually it'll touch somebody and help somebody out in the marketplace. Anyways, let's take a look at the charts, and then we'll end it out. I'll end out the video, and I'll see you in the next ones. Okay, so let's take a look at. Let's go. I like this little website here, stock chart. All right, and let's see here. So we're gonna take a look at. Let's take a look at the S&P, how we did this week. So here's the S&P on the daily. So right under that 50-day moving average of 445. So we closed under the 50-day moving average on big volume. You can see right there. So that's the daily chart on the S&P. We can go to the weekly, and there's the weekly. So on the weekly, we have a lot of, can go down a lot here. And we got a little bit of cross here. So we have to be mindful of this, folks. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. I just don't see a great economy here, folks. Maybe I'm wrong. It's just very hard. It's a grind every day. And that's fine. I'm not scared of hard work. Some people are. Here's the NASDAQ under that 50-day again on a big bar sell-off. So we got to be careful here, folks. That's the daily chart. Let's take a look at the weekly. And this is just big picture. I'm not gonna get into all kinds of indicators like RSI or MACD or Fibonacci retracements and all that stuff. I'm just looking at big picture. You can see that, on the daily, you got here a crossover. So, and it could be a lot of room to the downside here. That's the NASDAQ. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones. Here's the Dow Jones under also the 50-day. The small caps. Small caps is almost under the 200-day. Well under the 50-day. It might break the 200-day. So let me look at the weekly on the NASDAQ. Update, and there's the tight moving averages here on the small caps. Let's take a look at gold. Gold is hanging in there, even with raising interest rates and raising dollar. Look at that. Oh, why'd you go away? There's gold on the weekly chart. Not bad at all. A stable asset. Silver on the daily. Pretty similar patterns, huh? Look at that. Interesting. On the silver. Let's take a look at USO, which is a oil ETF. Oh my, look at that. Oof. SPRs at 40-year lows. I mean, that is, looks like a bullish chart there, huh? Incredible. Let's take a look at interest rates, TLT. So look at that. As interest rates climb, the TLT goes down. Look at that. That's the daily. Let's take a look at the week. Almost at the bottom of the range here, showing that interest rates can go higher if it breaks. Let's take a look at the dollar UUP ETF. Look at the dollar. Wow. Mind you, oil and gas are up with the dollar. Really, really weird, because these are not correlated products historically. And there's the dollar. Anyways, wanted to bring these charts and just big overview, big macro overview, looking at from the helicopter in the forest kind of deal, not really getting into the shorter time frames, but just the big macro picture over time. Anyways, love you folks. Take care, and thank you for all the subscribers. See you in the next one. Bye.